The world's center of racing, Daytona International Speedway in Daytona, Florida. These hallowed grounds, nothing quite like it in the world, and nothing quite like the Ricky Carmichael Amateur Supercross at Daytona. And it all starts right here, right now on MAVTV. Hello and welcome to Daytona International Speedway for the Monster Energy Ricky Carmichael Amateur Supercross at Daytona, presented by Quad Lock. I'm Mikey Waynes, and I'll be taking you through today's racing action, and we begin with the stacked 250B class. We caught up with one of those riders prior to today's race, Christian Janik, to get his thoughts on racing here at Daytona and the competition surrounding him.
I'm Christian Janik, and we're out here at Daytona. Today I'll be racing 250B, 450B, and Schoolboy 2. I think this year is actually great. I like the whoops, everything's good, the layout's good. I got some big jumps, so it's good. We just go out. Heat races didn't go as planned, but hopefully we come out here in the main and come out with the title.
Well, here we go again with the 250B class, and like I said, stacked. Janik, Drew Adams, Casey Cochran, Ivan Aldama, Noah Stevens, Jackson Driscoll in this one, the Diesel Thomas, Brennan Schofield, Dawson Cobb, Peyton Crisp, just a few of the heavy hitters out there. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it is Janik out in front, Cochran in the 2 spot. That is, there he goes, the number 27 of Christian Janik, leading the way in this one. Casey Cochran in the number 2 spot on that Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. And the 981, Ryder Malinowski in the 3 spot right there. Drew Adams on the move. Drew Adams, let's keep in mind the number 300 Kawasaki did not have the best gate pick in this one, but already going to work early. As we watch the battle unfold out front, a lap completed. Janik under fire right now from Casey Cochran. 2 very, very talented riders leading the way in this one. Janik up the inside, Cochran. Oh, big mistake right there by Casey Cochran. Trying to find some speed on the outside and gets into one of the tough blocks. And boy, if that doesn't speak to how gnarly the track has gotten over the last couple of days. So the 981 of Malinowski will move into the 2 spot. Says, thank you very much. Ivan Aldama up into the number 3 spot now. The number 71 machine, and he's on the move. Aldama trying to make it stick. Can he do it? Yes. So he'll come through in the 2 spot. Christian Janik trying to check out to Laderville. Aldama goes to work around the 981. And here comes the 43 on the move now. That's Jackson Driscoll. But boy, great battle out front. Again, Janik, you can see him just at the top of the screen there. Really got a lot of breathing room, good clean air out in front. And in control of this one as the 989 goes, or the 981 goes back to work. And a big shout out if you've not watched RCSX before, same track but different, if you will, compared to Saturday night. Obviously, kind of the edges on the jumps are taken off. They're sort of rounded off a little bit. They don't run the entire track that was ran on Saturday night for the pros, but nonetheless, it's such an incredible and unique experience for these riders to be able to come out and race here in Daytona. Nothing quite like it. Great battles on screen. Told you, this 250B class absolutely stacked as Jackson Driscoll on the move in the mix now, trying to make something happen. But again, Ricky Carmichael, obviously a huge hand in all of this, does an incredible job, and you got to hand it to the man, the GOAT. He shows up Monday morning He'll call some amateur racing, call some LCQs with us. He's very passionate about our sport, the future of our sport, and without a doubt ingrained and invested in the amateurs. Oh, and down goes the 43 of Jackson Driscoll. A tough break right there, and we watch now Drew Adams, mentioned him earlier, on the move. Adams going to work. Let's see what Adams has got. He's scooting right now. There is the 71 of Ivan Aldama, getting around some lap traffic. But boy, here comes Little Debbie. Drew Adams, the number 300 Kawasaki. Good and patient right there, like that. Wanted to make sure that the lap traffic wasn't going to stand in between him and the 71 of Ivan Aldama. So Adams playing it patient. Meanwhile, Janik comes in for the win. So there's your top riders. Janik hangs on for the win. Adams will take second. Cochran finishes third. Aldama fourth. And Noah Stevens round out your top five.
I got off to a great start. Finally had a good gate pick, so I went towards the middle and pulled the whole shot. Casey was riding good. I think he went down sadly, but I came out and got a good lead, and Drew was riding good. He caught me a couple laps because I was in traffic, but rode a good race.
And welcome back to RCSX here on MAVTV, presented by Quad Lock. Taking a look at some highlights from the Junior 25 Plus class. That man right there, the number 800 Honda, the old wily veteran himself, Mike Alessi, still getting it done. And boy, having fun while he does it. No doubt about that. Number one plate, got the kiddo up there with you. Doesn't get much better than that. Kessler took second, Grondel third, and we caught up with Mike Alessi after the race.
The up-and-coming kids are fast. The Casey Cochran kid is fast, and Janik is fast. There's a lot of group of kids that are coming up that are quick. It's going to be a good future here in the next 3 to 5 years.
Well, here we go with the Super Mini 2, 13 to 16, another stacked class, to say the least. Well, how about that? Ryan Sipes right there to the left-hand side. Getting a little, well, the track maintenance is done. We're racing. I mean, we are racing. Let's do this. So riders get a fresher track, I should say. Off and rolling. Some heavy hitters in this one. Aiden Bailey, Jaden Riley, Jonathan Getz, Carson Millican, Nicholas Stefancic, who I believe might be our leader. We'll get a closer shot here in a second. Kalana Humphrey, Landon Gibson, the 723 gas ride. Another heavy hitter out there. Took a first place in heat number one. See if he can make it happen here in the main. Great racing out front. Okay, that is Nicholas Stefancic out there in the lead position. Under fire right now from, I believe, Gibson. Yes, that is the 723 gas. On the move. How about it for Gibson? Boy, working the track already. Can't make the pass stick right there, but he is all over Nicholas Stefancic on that KTM as they're going to come into the finish line here in just a moment. Oh, love to see it. Little back and forth of chess games at play. One lap completed, and it'll stick. The 723, your new leader. Landon Gibson aboard the gas. Picks up where he left off, and boy, oh man, gotta hand it. Nicholas Stefancic trying to answer right back. Just refusing to let go. Cuts to the inside. Ooh, losing a little bit of time there. Better drive by Gibson out of that turn. So again, Gibson, your leader. Stefancic in the number 3 spot. Milliken third. Got Getz in fourth. Riley fifth. That's how it looks last time they checked in. We'll see how it's developing now. That's going to be the 67 of Carson Milliken. Yes, in the number 3 spot. Under fire, though. Getting a lot of pressure from that 4th and 5th place position. Dang near 3 wide at times. But how about it for Landon Gibson, the Peachtree City, Georgia rider, getting it done here at RCSX at Daytona. Nothing quite like it. Such a unique event, a unique round, if you will, in Supercross. And every year just seems to grow and grow more and more And you see some of the, and that's evident in the amateur riders that come out. Some huge names on the brink of their Supercross professional careers in the not too distant future. Landon Gibson doing work out in front. The 723 Gas, taking advantage of the clean air in the lead. And he's got just a little bit of breathing room now between him and Stefancic in that number 2 spot. Rider out of Illinois on that KTM in the 67 of Milliken. Trying to make something happen right there. Kalana Humphrey having a great ride back there. Currently, I believe, in the 4 spot last we saw. Did not have a good first heat. Had a 13th place finish. So really needs a good finish here. He's the number 21 Gas. Needs a good finish here to get him a good result. But boy, we got a good one brewing. We'll be right back with more RCSX here on MAVTV. And welcome back to RCSX here at Daytona International Speedway. Super Mini 2 on the track right now. Landon Gibson trying to bring it home. The rider out of Georgia. Boy, had a great battle with Stefancic early. Found himself out in front and has really just never looked back. Kalana Humphrey, hey, mentioned it before the break. He needs a good result. Did not have a good first moto. Didn't have the best gate pick coming into it, but right now he's there. He's in the fight, sitting in the 2 spot. Stefancic in 3rd, Milliken 4th, and Getz rounding out the top 5. As this one's getting down to the nitty-gritty now, just about 6 laps completed. As Landon Gibson, the 723 out of Peachtree City, Georgia, trying to get it done. As we mentioned, had a great battle with Stefancic. Did a great job not playing follow the leader, working the track inside, outside, outside to inside, just looking for opportunity, and that is one thing for certain about this track. Plenty of passing opportunities, unique passing opportunities, and just made for a great race for Landon Gibson. Kalana Humphrey, again, as we'd mentioned, didn't have the best gate pick here in the main. Sitting in the 2 spot, not a bad deal for him. Got to feel good about that one. Really fought hard in this one. Just look at the race graph there by the 723 of Landon Gibson. Young man riding very, very well. Impressive ride here in the Super Mini 2 class. And boy, just got to keep it on 2 wheels, bring it home. Not much further to go for him. The 723 putting in the work, getting into a bit of the lap traffic right now. Shouldn't be an issue for Gibson. At this point, Super Mini 2, age groups 13 to 16. Hey, they're old, wily veterans as far as getting around lap traffic. Now, I don't know if I can say the same for some of the lap traffic they're going around, but nonetheless, they've always got it dialed. 67 Stefancic and the 22 Getz. Getz right there, trying to make something happen. Stefancic trying to hold him off. Good battle, though. There is the 723 again, our leader, Landon Gibson, aboard that gas machine. Ringing it out, making it happen. What a stellar ride for him to the inside. Gets around some lap traffic. No problems for Gibson. Going high, get a good drive, just hit your marks. That's what it's about. Out in front, bang, there it is, a fist in the air. And that young man is stoked, and rightfully so. And oh, do we get a burnout? Do we get a burnout? Do we? Yes, we do. There you go. Do it for the gram. 723 gas, Landon Gibson getting the job done. Kalana Humphrey, great ride in the 2 spots. Stefancic will round out the top 3, and we caught up with Gibson after the race.
I got off to like a 3rd place start, but man, it was awesome. I just dug deep and made that pass like I can't believe the 1st or 2nd lap, I'm not sure. But I got around them and got out front and just started clicking my laps and trying to be really consistent. The track's awesome this year because they actually left it scaled, so that way we have a separator for me. And I love the whoops because I'm very good in them, and Yes, sir. So I've been here the past 3 years, and this is my 3rd year in a row winning.
And welcome back to RCSX here on MAVTV. Masters 50 plus. Off and rolling. Few riders going wide in turn number 1. Oh, wily veterans. Men have been doing it for a long, long time. Hanging in there and just waiting for their opportunity. A lot of these guys out there having fun. But I tell you what, Tony LaRusso, great rider. Of course, John Gruey, great rider. Of course, Barry Carson. How many times have we mentioned those two names in the same sentence over the years? These guys just continue to go out and get the job done, and they have fun doing it. That's one of the things I love about our sport, and that is Tony LaRusso out in front out of New Hampshire. And the Bear, Barry Carson, on that Suzuki in the number 2 spot. But that's one of the things, again, I love about our sport is where else can you're not going to have this rarely. I shouldn't say you can't, because there are opportunities there, but not like there is with Supercross, even outdoors, woods racing, whatever the case may be. There are not the opportunities that, hey, when you're 50 years of age or older, to go out, race your motorcycle at Daytona International Speedway. How many men, women can say they can do that in their favorite sport? It's just not something readily available. So one of the things that really just sets this apart from the rest of the sports world, from the rest of the racing world, this is as cool as it gets. And these men have been doing it for a long time, and they're still having fun. And you talk about talent, you talk about racecraft, these guys have it. Tony LaRusso out in front. The Bear, Barry Carson, in the number 2 spot. Under some fire, Adrian Robert and John Gruey just behind him in an absolute dogfight. As here comes LaRusso. And the Bear, Barry Carson, having a great ride in this one. Under a little bit of fire now. John Gruey and Adrian Robert. Robert just in front of Barry Carson on the number 70. We'll see what Gruey has got for him. Of course, Gruey making the bike change. No longer on the Kawasaki. But, boy, going. He's on the move. He's on the charge. Tucked in behind him. Didn't pay off right there. Man, what a great ride. These guys putting on a show. Masters 50 plus, still getting the job done. Tony LaRusso enjoying that clean air out front. Barry Carson, I tell you what, Barry, obviously, you know the man's going to be on the Suzuki for sure. But just the riding style, the gear, the setup by Barry Carson, he could be on pretty much any other machine. He wouldn't. He would only be on the Suzuki. But what I'm saying is, you recognize the man. The riding style, the gear alone, the man is old school, and I love that about him. And just one of the nicest people to speak with. You ever get a chance to talk with Barry Carson at the racetrack, whether it be here, RCSX, Minios, anywhere, just salt of the earth kind of people. And how about this battle? Here we go. Barry Carson, John Gruey. How many times have we said it? We say it again right here. Mano a mano, battling for position. Gruey to the inside, can't get the drive right there. Carson able to get a little more power to the ground and stay out in front of him, at least for the moment. Through the lap traffic we go, and boy, how about it? We thought it was a little bit of lap traffic, now it's a lot of it. Barry Carson doing a good job. Little defensive riding right there on Gruey. Meanwhile, Tony LaRusso, he's around the lap traffic. Lost a little bit of time, though, there, getting through the pack. And, oh, yeah, lose a little bit of time right there. John Gruey did. Trying to be patient, playing it smart. Didn't want to risk too much, and he goes back to work on Barry Carson. Carson in the 2 spot. Gruey in the 3 spot. LaRusso out in front. And Adrian Robert back in the 4 position. Watching Barry Carson out in front, leading John Gruey. Gruey, again, liking that inside line. Goes to the outside now. But Carson, just a great drive out of there. Carries some speed. Gruey will go high right here. Will it pay off? Back out front with LaRusso. Boy, I got to hand it to Karsten and Gruy. Really, they're within range. They're within range of Tony LaRusso right now. Are Karsten and Gruy. Oh, good job by Karsten to adjust. Keeping his head on a figurative swivel. Okay, no checkup from the neck up. He wasn't seeing what was going on behind him. He's racing the track in front of him, but just methodical in the way he moves around the track and works that machine. Gruy right there behind him, still trying to make something happen, looking for opportunity. And, you know, unfortunately, the lines haven't really been there for Gruy, as these guys have had a steady flow of lap traffic they're trying to get around. Got a major, what do you want to call it, ability difference in the Masters 50 Plus. Not taking away anything from anybody. Bottom line is, if you lined up in the Masters 50 Plus class at Daytona, you're pretty dang good. And my hat is off to you. So I don't say that taking anything away from anybody, but you just got to hand it to guys like LaRusso, Karsten, Gruy. Hey, throw Adrian Robert in there. Just very good at what they do in the Masters 50 Plus range. I can say that I'm not quite there yet. I got a while yet to go, but nonetheless, I'm knocking on the door of 40, so I'm not that far behind. How about it? Tony LaRusso takes the win. The number 4. What a great ride! Great battle by Barry Karsten. Great battle by John Gruy, and that is your top 3. Adrian Robert takes 4th, and Rodrigo Nagvera takes the top 5.
How's it going? Tony LaRusso. I just won the 45 plus and the 50 plus class, the senior class. So I'm up from New Hampshire. I come down here for my winters and do a bit of riding. Years ago, I used to race the Daytona Supercross, probably back in the 90s, and then took a little time off, and still been riding and stuff like that, but kind of did local stuff. And then I come down here in the winters, and this is a cool event to hit. I always have a lot of fun here.
Well, that is going to wrap things up for us here for now. This was just episode 1. More RCSX to be seen on MAVTV. But that'll do it for now. I'm Mikey Waynes. We'll see you at the races.